My friends, today is a great day in the best city on the planet. I am so pleased that you've chosen to join us for today's meeting as we kick off the new year for the Greater Houston Partnership. I want to start off by thanking my wife, Melissa, and my kids, Chris and Caroline, for coming today. Actually, for the kids, it was pretty simple. Come have lunch or go to school. Good choice, kids. You know, sometimes we may not have it all together, but I always know that together we have it all. I love you. Thank you for coming. Melissa and I were not born in Texas, but as they say, we got here as quickly as we could. We've had an amazing ride since coming to help launch the Houston Texans 16 years ago. Our kids, however, are both 100% Texan. I'm delighted that they've had a chance to grow up immersed in Texas culture and in a city as diverse, vibrant, and exciting as Houston, Texas. Houston has a number of great selling points, but I think what really makes this city special is the people. There is an authenticity about Houstonians. We are relaxed and we are real. That's not always the case around the country, and I think that is one attribute that has attracted so many to this great city. We do business on a handshake. Our word is our bond. High integrity is not just appreciated, it's expected. A wonderful Houstonian offered our invocation here today, Reverend Kirby John Caldwell. Kirby John is a great friend to me and to many, and he was one of the first people I counted on as we began the launch of the Houston Texans. He's been a mentor and champion for me, and he is a true champion for Houston. He loves this city and has done so much for our community. I'm grateful that he joined us here today. Thank you, Kirby John, for your words of inspiration. You know, it's an honor to serve as chair of the Greater Houston Partnership. I'm a high energy guy, and I love being around others that share my passion for Houston, Texas. This room is filled with more than 1,000 people that love Houston, which makes today a great day for all of us. This is the one day each year when business leaders come together to celebrate our community, the work we've done together, and discuss our plans for building an even greater Houston. Just as football is a team sport, building a world-class city takes incredible teamwork and a vibrant group of leaders, champions with ambitions and dreams for our city, working together with one heartbeat to achieve victory. As legendary coach Vince Lombardi said, people who work together will win, be it against a complex football defense or the problems of modern society. And that's what the partnership is all about. Tackling the issues of our day and promoting our city with one goal: to make Houston greater. One thing that makes Houston special is the strong community commitment demonstrated by philanthropists and corporate citizens since our inception in 1836. We know we have a responsibility to support the greater good, both in times of prosperity and challenge. As the media constantly reminds us, oil prices are low. But that's just a fact, and it's temporary. It does not disrupt our opportunity to claim our place as the next great global city. In 2016, we plan to double down on our efforts to realize our full potential and tell the world about all the great things that are happening right here in Houston, Texas. At the partnership, we promote Houston to businesses from around the world and to talented young professionals seeking a place to build a career. We all know that Houston's an incredible place to live, from our parks and green space to our culinary and cultural scene. The options here truly are limitless. For our city to continue on our upward trajectory, we all have a role to play. And that's what I want to talk with you about today, being a champion for Houston. As business leaders, we are focused on moving our individual companies forward especially in tough times. But I would also say that as a community-minded business leader, it's important to look at the broader picture and be a member of the team that keeps Houston on the right path. I believe that the world of economic development is based on the notion that a high tide lifts all boats. Expanding Houston's economy is good for everyone in this room. More customers, improved access to vendors, capital, and other business drivers helps all of us to move the ball forward. The Greater Houston Partnership is a place where the business community comes together to make economic development happen. We work to recruit businesses, but we also work to ensure that we maintain an environment that is conducive to helping you expand your business. We focus on improving the quality of place, training our workforce, and helping you recruit top talent to the region. One way we develop our talent pool is through Early Matters, our early childhood education program led by Scott McClellan and Jim Postal. They are collaborating with regional partners to ensure that we have a well-educated workforce 15 to 20 years from now. The same goes for our work on upskill that Gina spoke about earlier. As champions for Houston, it's important that we help Houstonians get the training they need for these technical careers. Hey, we're in the middle of a petrochem building boom with more than $30 million in projects, $30 billion in projects underway across the region. Training people to give them the tools they need ensures that Houston firms will have the skilled workers required to get the job done. Part of being a champion is taking a step back to understand everything that is going on around you. We are about so much more than the current price of oil. I want to share with you the partnership's view of the Houston economy and areas we see strong potential for growth. These are places where we will move the ball forward this year. As Coach Bear Bryant said, it's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that makes all the difference. In 2016, the partnership is prepared to win the economic development game. Guided by the leadership of Scott Prohaska from Centerpoint, the partnership's Economic Development Committee and staff are preparing for the future. They are champions for Houston. No question, these are challenging times for everyone tied to energy. But as the industry goes through some structural changes, we see a long-term opportunity for our city. During this period of consolidation, many firms with operations around the globe are choosing to focus their work right here in the energy capital of the world. This will leave us prepared for an even brighter tomorrow as the price of oil returns to its historical norm. When I'm talking to folks around the country about Houston's economy, and people ask about oil prices and whether this is a repeat of the 1980s, the conversation turns to how much Houston has diversified since that time. To see the depth and breadth of Houston's economic base, you need look no further than the Texas Medical Center. TMC has been a transformational force for medical research and clinical care for decades. Think of all the outstanding institutions: Houston Methodist, MD Anderson, Memorial Hermann, CHI St. Luke's, Texas Children's, Baylor College of Medicine, and many others. These are true cornerstones of our community. And as many in this room know, through the vision of Dr. Bobby Robbins and the collaboration of TMC's member institutions, the Medical Center is focused on becoming one of the world's top life science commercialization centers. The ambitious first step was opening TMCX this past spring, which provides entrepreneurs the resources they need to start and grow new businesses. One of the first partners at TMCX is J Labs from Johnson & Johnson, who will help these early stage companies grow. What an amazing opportunity this is for Houston. The team at the Medical Center has also laid out plans for the TMC3 Innovation Campus. On the drawing board is a new 28-acre complex focused on collaborative research. Houston's leading research institutions would be placed side by side to foster teamwork with the goal of speeding new discoveries and propelling Houston into a leadership position in life sciences. Remember, people who work together will win. And it's clear that our friends at the Texas Medical Center are doing their part to be champions for Houston. Another area of focus for the partnership is working to expand Houston's position as a global advanced manufacturing hub. Many of you may be thinking that most of our manufacturing is tied to energy. And while there's no question that energy plays an important role, Houston truly has diversified. For example, Toshiba opened their hybrid vehicle motor plant that supplies key components for Ford's hybrid fleet. Also, Lonza, an international biotech firm, recently announced a major manufacturing facility for their gene therapy business in Pearland. If you traveled over to Austin or College Station on Highway 290 this past college football season, surely you noticed the massive manufacturing facility under construction in Northwest Harris County. It's the 4 million square foot Daikin heating and air conditioning facility. Every time I drive by, I'm amazed to see what 4 million square feet actually looks like. Enough space for 2 NRG stadiums with room to spare. Now, it makes superficial sense that the world's largest AC manufacturer would consolidate its operations in Houston, given our city's passion for air conditioning. But the real reasons for this expansion in the Houston area: our educated workforce, our strong economy, our favorable climate for year-round manufacturing, and our connectivity to other regions. At the end of December, one of the leading publications of the economic development world, Business Facilities Magazine, awarded the partnership and our regional allies with their Gold Award, designating the Daikin-Goodman expansion as the top economic development project of the year. To give some context, the 2014 and 2013 awards included Tesla's 5 million square foot gigafactory in Nevada and Apple's solar complex in Arizona. No question, Houston is quickly becoming a hub for advanced manufacturing, and key players around the globe are taking notice. Between life sciences, manufacturing, and a few other key sectors, you can see that Houston's economy has diversified. This will help propel our growth during the near-term turbulence, and it will be an accelerator for us well into the future. One other program I want to highlight is our participation in the Brookings Global Cities Initiative. Our efforts are led by Brett Schultz, and his working group is teaming up with stakeholders from across the region to develop an export plan for Houston. Why is having a plan to grow our exports important? Consider the fact that the market for Houston goods and services outside of the U.S. is 3.5 times the size of the market inside the U.S. Our airport system and the Port of Houston provide us with an incredible competitive advantage. In fact, Houston is already the nation's #1 merchandise exporter. But through this Brookings work, we've discovered that we can significantly grow our economy by building upon this strength and expanding our exports. The plan will come out in April, but I can tell you that it's going to focus on educating small businesses about the blocking and tackling of exporting. A lack of knowledge of how to export is a challenge that we must help these companies maneuver around. Our export playbook is going to lay out a clear path to victory. One of the keys to success in economic development is that we have the right infrastructure and policy environment to support it. It probably won't surprise you when I say that the state of our municipal finances is the most pressing challenge to our economic development efforts in the long term. Over the past year, under the leadership of Mark Watts, the partnership has led a comprehensive study of our municipal finances. The facts are clear. This is a mounting problem that will have a significant impact on our long-term economic growth if we don't act with a sense of urgency. Mayor Turner, I am so pleased that you were able to join us today. Anyone who has ever met the mayor knows he has been a champion for Houston his entire life, and he is focused on making Houston greater. I can tell you that he is determined to tackle the municipal finance challenge. In a talk to our board just a few weeks ago, Mayor Turner extended an offer to the partnership to be part of the team that helps craft a solution to this critical challenge. As he and I walked out that day, I told him that we gladly accept his gracious offer. Mayor Turner, we look forward to working with you and your administration to find the right game plan for Houston. Now let me leave you with a couple of final thoughts. It always gets exciting here. If you've spent any time around me, you know how excited I am about our opportunity to host Super Bowl 51 at NRG Stadium in 2017. To be clear, our team would rather play in it. Hey, what do you think if Houston were to host the Super Bowl and the Texans were to hoist the Lombardi Trophy in the same year? Does that sound good to you? That sounds awesome to me. Anyway, we have the Super Bowl a year from now and the Final Four in March. Houston will be in the global spotlight now more than ever over the next 12 months. Imagine 1 million fans from around the globe gathering right outside this building for Super Bowl Central, a world-class fan fest that'll be held during the week leading up to the big game. You can see all the work going around town to ensure that Houston is ready to play host to the world during the Super Bowl. And these improvements will pay dividends in the coming decades as we welcome friends from all over the globe to our great city. One project that's part of this work is the new Partnership Tower building, going up just 1 block north of where you're sitting right now. Bob's going to talk about it in just a few minutes, but suffice to say, the partnership is going to be in the middle of the action as the world spotlight shines on Houston in the coming months. Partnership Tower will be the place where our members gather to tackle the challenges facing our city. It will also provide a world-class front door as we welcome hundreds of world leaders, global CEOs, and others each year as they visit our community. Partnership Tower will provide a home field advantage for all of us as we work to be champions for Houston. You know, I'd like to challenge you to consider what more you can do to be a champion for Houston. It's funny, back when we were doing the research for the City with No Limits campaign, one of the key takeaways was how humble Houston is. We are a hard-working community that doesn't like to brag about much of anything. But hey, it ain't bragging if it's true. We are ready to take our place at the table of great global cities, and now is our time to tell the world our amazing story. 2016 is a year for all of us to be champions for Houston. It's a year to boldly face the challenges in front of us, knowing that we can and will be victorious. It's a year to embrace the world spotlight and show everyone that the next great global city is playing to win. And I know we will win, because the greatest asset we have in Houston, the greatest asset that we have ever had, is Houstonians themselves. Deeds above words. The future over the past. Integrity above all. And a spirit that always believes if you can dream it, you can do it in Houston, Texas. Let's get to work. Thank you.